What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and I'm back today. We are here with another Iron Maiden reaction. This time we gonna listen to some Alexander the Great. Alright, now I am not a historian by any means necessary, okay? I know a little bit about Alexander the Great. There's a couple of things that I do know, and I'm probably gonna learn today because Iron Maiden are good at telling stories. And if this is probably based off his life, then I am about to learn a lot today. Basically, inherited his father's army, experienced people, went and started taking over a lot of countries and everything, Persia included, intersected them into, pretty much influencing the Greek life onto them, and it just kept going through and just slaughtering everybody, undefeated in battle. Ended up turning around and going back home, and that's where he died at, place that he wanted to establish his capital. And I think after that, pretty much the place that he wanted to establish his capital, history class is failing. I am failing right now. His history, the place that he wanted to die at, it ended up being torn apart by civil battles, civil wars, right? Internal strifes, because before he died, he didn't lay out a plan or anything. So it pretty much all his work, or some of his work, became undone. And he's undefeated in battle. That's pretty much all I know about Alexander. It's pretty much like the nitty gritty. I don't know any details. One of the Persian kings was named Darius or something like that. I don't know. That's all I can remember. But we gonna learn today, right? All right, let's shut up and turn it up.
My son, ask for thy son under the kingdom, for that which I leave is too small for thee.
This is they got the military cadence in the background. That's tight. And then they the whole, the sound of howling winds almost depict kind of like loneliness, but more than likely the open air right before a battle. Let's take a moment to appreciate this artwork, right? Back when the artwork on the album covers were hand drawn, right? This right here took talent. This is nice. You gotta appreciate stuff like this. They don't do it anymore. That vintage look. Military cadence is tight. Very fitting. Listen, this is what victory sounds like. This is what greatness sounds like. Yeah. You gotta tell it. hesitant to pause it because I don't know if this is a solo or not. Okay, well, there's Darius. I knew he was something. Okay, crap. I almost lost my train of thought. Okay, we're talking about Alexander the Great. All right, it's over. I lost it. Okay, I remember what I was about to say. Okay, what's really interesting, and I think Iron Maiden were ahead of its times, man, because it's a thing now. If you really want somebody to learn a lot about their history, you got to put it in a media that's more consumer friendly instead of just telling people to go to school. I mean, go to school is important, and reading books is very important, but you put it in something like this, people are going to understand everything they need to know about history, and not history, but pretty much Alexander the Great. For those of you who've memorized this entire song, imagine all the information you just absorbed, and you did it in the most comfortablest way possible. While you was driving your car, now you know all the lyrics. Before you know it, you know everything you need to know about Alexander the Great. I wish more bands did this. The YouTube channel, Epic Rap Battles of History, while they do a really, really good job bringing awareness as to what these people are, they don't fully tell, the story like Iron Maiden does. And I have a smidgen to believe that Epic Rap Battles of History, before they started doing what they were doing, imagine the type of inspiration that they probably did before, when they were coming up with this, like, how can we use history and teach everybody and kids and adults alike in the most friendly way? How can we include this important piece of history but make it more media friendly, more consumer friendly? And they probably turned around and looked at Iron Maiden and see what they were doing. Now, I don't think Iron Maiden does a whole lot of songs where they're mostly narrative and they're telling history, but I like to think that this is kind of like the base work. The Iron Maiden, they laid a lot of groundwork for a lot of things that we probably don't realize, or actually not you guys. You guys watching this, y'all heard this a million times, but for myself, laid a lot of groundwork for things that have come now, right? Because like heavy metal and rock didn't exist before Iron Maiden. They're pretty much for the fathers. I think they were the fathers of stuff like this, of consumer-friendly, non-headache material way of teaching history, people. So that's impressive. I like that. Vocals, though. Guitar low time. Woo. It's an eargasm right now. Octave higher. Listen to that. What we're hearing right now is a melodic tale of his conquest. Military cadence. All the battles, all the wars. victories. There's a hint of sorrow in the music. Kind of emphasizes death as well. Ooh, that abrupt stop. Climax. Okay, hold on. So one thing I've noticed that happened during those guitar loads when we were going through them was it was almost, you guys hear those breaks right before he started jamming right into it. Again, I like to look at these songs and think that there's a story being told, because there is a story being told. It's almost as if right after he told his story, now we're about to tell the story of his battles. With the beginning, you know, right? Usually, I don't know what culture this is, and where maybe British culture. Right before they go into battle, you know, there's always it might not be British culture. I might not know what I'm talking about, but anyways, you know, where they play the cadence, you know, right before they going into battle, kind of signifying like this is military, which is like, yo, you know, we're about to go do battle and everything. So they started off with that military cadence, which is leading me to believe like, hey, we're about to go into battle. And these guitar solos are pretty much all the battles that he's fought. Each battle ending and beginning at the break. Right, the break right when they start throwing some more cadence in, and he goes into another solo. That's when there's a break, and then there's another battle that's about to pursue. And then that last solo, right, he was just pretty much shredding it. Right, he was just going in. He's like, you know when they get into the high notes, that's when the stank face becomes permanent. First, when they just playing a little bit, it's like, you know, because they feeling, and then it just slowly turns into like they holding that, and they probably ain't even breathing. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I find it trouble, you know, when I'm playing a saxophone. If I'm jamming, sometimes when I'm playing, right, I like take a real big old deep breath because I know I'm about to start jamming. But with guitar, though, when you guitar, man, you can breathe as freely as you want when you're doing guitar loads. So when he holding those high notes, I would be surprised if he ain't breathing for like 2 minutes straight because you're just trying to push all that emotion out. Breathing's optional when you're doing guitar solos. I think it sounds better when you don't. But anyways, that last part of the guitar solo makes it seem like that was like the last battle, like the ending of it. But we still got another minute or so left, so we might hear another guitar load. So let's go ahead and continue. Hellenism. great ones are often taken too soon, right? That's kind of a shame, man. That's crazy to think of that. Like, back then in, BC, they didn't have such things as communication, the communications that we have now. So all you had to go off of was the stories that were told. And you got people out here like Alexander. This dude's never been failed. He's pretty much a god amongst men. You ain't got nothing else to reference. So in your head, you just think of him as a god. And he went out the most OG way possible. He went out at natural causes, right? Fever, or maybe, he's been traveling a lot. So he probably, he got sick probably from all the traveling. But again, the only thing that could destroy him was a natural cause. He couldn't be destroyed by somebody else. So his legend is going to always remain intact. Just because of that, like, what you gonna say? Oh, I could have beat Alexander the Great. No, you couldn't have. You can't prove it. Don't matter. This was amazing. I guarantee you that if I listen to this about maybe 3 or 4 more times, I'll know everything I need to know about Alexander the Great. I knew the big points. I just didn't know all the details. And this song's good at feeling that. And those vocals, man, you just, I'm telling you, when his vibrato is just so, it's just, I don't know, it's just so, what's the word I'm looking for? Heavily, right? Heavily vocals. Oh yeah. All right, y'all. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like and subscribe. Dave's out.